welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Maggie. Nice to meet you. Today's video was super duper highly requested. I get questions about this topic all the time, like literally probably at least 5 times a day. Total exaggeration, but I do get a lot of questions about it, and that topic would be intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is a super broad topic, but today's video I'm going to get into what is intermittent fasting, how to intermittent fast, why intermittent fasting works, what my experiences with intermittent fasting are, and yeah, just like kind of tips to help you guys with this process. So first and foremost, what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is basically when you eat for a period of time and then you fast for a period of time. It's really not that complicated. I don't want you to look at this as a diet. I don't want you, literally guys, the word diet has the word die in it, and we don't like those kinds of words because those are negative words that put out negative signals into the universe. So we avoid those words, and we are going to instead implement the word lifestyle, because it's an eating habit, it's a lifestyle, it's a way of being, a way of eating, a way of doing, a way. It's just a way. Basically, when your body is in a state of fasting, your body is in a state of ketosis, where it is not producing insulin. Insulin is the main hormone responsible for producing fat. When your body isn't producing insulin, it's not producing fat. Which is why intermittent fasting works so well. When you're not eating, aside from just giving your body a break from digestion, which in the Western world we are digesting constantly because we are eating constantly, when you give your body a break from that digestion, it kind of slows down your insulin production, and therefore you're going to see fat loss, on top of the fact that most likely if you're intermittent fasting, you will be eating less food, and therefore you're going to be in a bigger calorie deficit, leading to more fat loss, which is what everybody wants, right? Yes. There's actually way more benefits of intermittent fasting than just fat loss. Like it a lot. So yes, that is what intermittent fasting is, how it works. You have to be careful because a lot of people are gonna watch videos on intermittent fasting and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, intermittent fasting is this like super quick fix to make you lose weight like super duper fast, and it is to a certain extent. However, if you're breaking your fast with something like junk food, processed food, carbohydrates, when you eat these things, your insulin levels are going to go through the roof, and then therefore sometimes even reverse the effects and make you store fat. So I suggest breaking your fast with vegetables, of course, because vegetables are the greatest thing for all things, literally. So I'm just gonna get into my experience. When I first started intermittent fasting, I was strictly intermittent fasting just for fat loss. That was all I was looking for. So if you're looking to lose fat, you've came to the right video. I was strictly doing it literally just because I wanted to lose weight for prom. So I started intermittent fasting like a month before prom, and I did a 16 and 8 split. So I would have 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating. I would start eating at 12 p.m., stop eating at 8 p.m. And during this time, I was actually only eating 2 meals a day. So I would eat lunch and dinner. I would skip breakfast and not have a third meal. I would have my black coffee in the morning to help me make it to lunch. I would eat my lunch, which would be like a salad or something. Then I would come home from school, go to the gym, come home, eat dinner, which of course was still plant-based, but it was more of like a cooked meal. Yeah. So that was what I was doing at the time. Sometimes I would have an herbal tea before bed, but that wasn't like a daily thing that I had to do. So obviously I was going to see fat loss because I was eating less, therefore obviously bigger calorie deficit on top of intermittent fasting. However, I do not recommend only eating 2 meals a day. When you are going on this intermittent fasting journey, I would stick to 3 meals a day, still get all of your calories that you need for the day, because what I found happening was that I was kind of restricting myself too much to the point that I would binge after restricting myself so much. So that was not a healthy relationship with my food at that time. So I don't recommend that. Still get your 3 meals in a day. However, just put them into a smaller period. So initially with intermittent fasting, within that first month, I literally lost like 7 or 8 pounds. It was something ridiculous, so quick, and I slimmed down way fast. I saw so much improvement with my skin. I saw myself being so much more clear-minded, just being here. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It definitely made me so much more mindful. It made me more just in the moment. I don't know how to describe it, so you kind of have to try it out yourself to see what it's like. After prom season passed, I kind of fell out of intermittent fasting because summertime was here. My schedule was kind of all over the place, so it was kind of difficult for me to find a eating period / fasting window that worked for me. However, I got back into intermittent fasting in the beginning of September. It is mid-October now, so now I'm fasting again, and this time around I start eating at 10 a.m. and I finish eating at 6 p.m. I still eat 3 meals a day, and I do usually do a fasted workout. I know this is super controversial. However, for me personally, I find that it benefits me. I find that I still have enough energy in the morning to get up, to go work out, and just kill it in the gym, come home, and then refuel afterwards. I also find that by not eating during my workout, your body actually relies on your glycogen storage and your fat storage. So when you're working out on an empty stomach, your body's going to rely on these fat storages, your fat cells, for energy, as opposed to the food that you just ate for energy. So therefore you're burning even more fat. Also, if you eat right prior to a workout, your body's going to be focusing its energy on digesting the food, and therefore you're not going to be able to put as much energy into your workout. So I find that that just works for me, but you kind of still have to find exactly what works for you. If you want to eat before workout, man, go for it. Like, if that's your thing, that's fine. I find that when I eat before workout, I still perform great. But what I actually like to do is I'll wake up in the morning and I'll drink my black coffee, then I'll go to the gym. I'm not really sure if like caffeine's the best thing to drink before you work out, but it's fine. I feel like it just gives me that extra little like, yeah, let's kill it today. Like, I'll literally, if I drink my coffee before I go to the gym, I look forward to doing my warm-up sprints, and that's not a thing usually. Like, I'm usually like, nah, like, I'm not trying to sprint right now. Like, is anyone ever trying to sprint? No. There's a lot of studies that actually back up the fact that fasted workouts do cause you to perform so much better. However, the study that proves the opposite, they have everybody doing a fasted workout, and then as soon as their workout is over, they're drinking a protein shake, and the protein shake is actually full of carbs, therefore spiking their insulin levels back to the top and just kind of totally defeating the entire purpose. So after a workout, when you're breaking your fast, when you break your fast, whether it be after a workout, before a workout, whenever you're breaking your fast, try to stick to vegetables, fats, and proteins. These 3 things, these 3 macronutrients are going to be the 3 things that do not spike your insulin levels as high as carbs do. And now I do a 16-8 split, eat from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I actually break my fast with a smoothie, which isn't the greatest because that is carbs, and so that does spike my insulin levels a little bit. But I don't really intermittent fast anymore just for fat loss. I intermittent fast more for all of the other millions of benefits, and pretty much just to give my body a break at night, because when you're waking up and you're eating from 7 a.m. till 11 o'clock at night, you're literally hardly giving your body any chance to just have a break for once. There are some days where, say, I'll work till 6, can't eat till 6:30. Oh no, I eat at 10:30 the next day instead. It's all about being flexible, guys. If you're not flexible and you're super duper rigid with it, it's going to be 10 times harder. So you're better off being flexible with it, eating when you can, and then just making sure that you have that window where you're not eating and you give your body that break to let it bring down its insulin production levels and just do all that good stuff. There's a few YouTube videos that I'm going to link below for you guys to check out. They go into more depth on the science approach of intermittent fasting. So my top 5 tips to start out intermittent fasting. Not even tips, just like the first 5 steps of intermittent fasting. First, if you're eating 5 meals a day, you wake up, you have breakfast, you have a snack, then you eat lunch, you have another snack, then you eat dinner. Maybe you even eat dessert too. 6 meals in a day, and you're eating from 7 a.m. until you go to bed at 10 p.m. You're not giving your body any break whatsoever from eating during the entire day. So you want to start to cut back a little bit and start to only eat 5 meals a day, then only eat 4. Then eventually you're gonna get down to your 3 meals a day. And whatever you're feeding your body's going to adapt to. So if you're eating 6 meals a day, you are overeating. You don't need that much food. If you're eating 6 huge meals a day and you're eating like 4,000 calories a day, it's seriously not necessary for your body to function and for optimal health. So however, your body is going to adapt to needing that much food. So when you start to lean back a little bit and not eat as much, your body at first is going to be a little bit difficult during those first like day or 2, but your body's going to adapt to it. Your body's going to get used to only eating 5 meals a day, then your body's going to get used to only eating 4, then 3. It's all a process, guys. It's a long-term thing. When you apply these techniques long term, they are going to be so much more effective, and you are going to see results for the long run instead of just like, I need to lose fat just for an event. Like, I need to lose fat for prom, for a vacation, for my wedding, for any of those kinds of things. You need to make it more of a long-term thing, and it will be a more sustainable lifestyle. So yeah, break down your eating slowly. So you're eventually going to make it to 3 meals a day. You still have them really spaced out. So when you wake up in the morning, maybe drink some black coffee. You don't even have to do that. Just drink a ton of water. Water is your best friend, whether you're intermittent fasting or not. And then wait until your body is legitimately hungry. I feel like people just kind of eat when they first wake up out of habit. Wait until you're hungry, and you're gonna see it. It's gonna be probably an hour, 2 hours after you wake up. And trust me, guys, I used to be that person that would wake up and I was starving, and I was like, I don't know how people just can skip breakfast and not and continue their day. I was like, this is not a thing. Don't starve yourself. I'm not saying like your stomach shouldn't be like eating itself and you're like dying because you're so hungry and you can't concentrate on anything else. No, you don't have to do that. Like, that's not what life is meant to. You're not meant to live that kind of life, guys. Like, no one's meant to die, like starve. No. Next, step 2, I would say, would be to pick a time frame that works for you. You can wait to start eating at 12 o'clock. That's actually, I found that was a little bit easier at first, because when I wake up in the morning, I'm not extremely hungry, but at night, I tend to get hungrier. So waking up, waiting until noon to start your first meal, and then stopping eating at 8 o'clock. Still, you have your 3 meals in a day. You still have your 16-8 eating period. The most effective eating period for fat burning is actually an 18-6 eating period. So if you're like really trying to go hard with this, do a 18-6 split instead of a 16-8. You can do a 14-8 to start off, 12-12, literally anything that works for you. You can like slowly ease into it. It's totally up to you. But once you find your eating period that works for you, bang, you got it. Third step, I would say, is just sticking to it. And to stick to it, incorporate things like black coffee. Even if you don't like black coffee, try it. It's like actually kind of really good. Also, herbal tea before bed, super good. Apple cider vinegar also curbs cravings. Step 4, break your fast with vegetables first, then lead to your protein and fats. Lastly, carbohydrates. Even though I don't personally do this, if you're trying to lose weight, that is what I would suggest doing. Step 5, once you have the first 4 steps down, it's really not that difficult. Just like little tricks that I would say. This is what I personally do when I know that I'm working past my eating period. I'll eat a bigger breakfast, a bigger lunch, and then I'll drink my smoothie for dinner instead of like breakfast or lunch, which is like kind of weird, but hey, so what? It's fine, and it fills me up, and it's good, and I like smoothies, so I'll drink a smoothie for dinner if I want to drink a smoothie for dinner. So I'll make my smoothie before I go to work, and I'll pour it into like a Yeti or like a thermos of some sort, and then I'll just drink it at like 5:30 when I'm at work. And it's like super functional depending on your job. Like I'm pretty sure every job allows you to have a drink with you. If not, that's like definitely totally illegal. Also, combining intermittent fasting with HIIT workouts. If you combine HIIT workouts and an 18-to-6 intermittent fasting split, be prepared to see some results, people, because it's gonna be crazy. HIIT workouts, if you don't know what those are high intensity interval training. So when you go like super duper hard for 40 seconds and then you give yourself like a 20-second rest. I personally actually do HIIT like every other day. I like to do my incline sprint HIIT workout. And if you don't know what that is, then head over to my Instagram channel, Maggie with 2 E's period, Shea, S-H-E-A. I have that on my highlights. I also have a lot of smoothie recipes, food recipes, workout videos, super cool things just like that. But other than that, if you guys have any other questions about intermittent fasting that I did not get to answer today, definitely comment below and I will totally get back to you guys on that. Also comment what next week's video should be. Kind of not sure what to do with it. So if you guys have any ideas on what next week's video should be, definitely comment down below. Also, if you have tried intermittent fasting before and you want to share your experiences, I would love to hear those as well. So definitely comment about those. DM me on Instagram. I would love to hear from you guys. But other than that, that is all from me for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this little intermittent fasting rant info type deal. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're into this kind of stuff. Like this video if you like this video. And other than that, that's all from me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday and an even better weekend. Over and out.